Hey guys, this is Ravish, and I've developed this custom application on the ServiceNow platform, which would automate the deployment of update sets and scripts. So I've seen many implementations of automated update set deployments, and here is my take on the same concept. So it's quite buggy right now, and on the whole, I'm just looking for feedbacks on how I can make it better. So let's start with the demo. So the idea is that we would have the user interface as a service catalog, as you can see, and developers would come here and select the release and the release definition, like what is a dev environment, the QA, the UAT, and so on. And then they would tag the update sets and scripts to these releases. So let's do that. So selecting Spring 30, select a dev instance, QA, destination environment. So the destination environment is the environment where I want the update set to be committed. So for now, the QA and the destination environment are the same. Let me select a UAT environment, a pre-prod. Cool. So I'm done with the environment definition. Now let me add the update sets. So update set, I would say like sprint 30 v1. So it gives me an error message saying that update set is invalid or cannot be found in dev environment. So yeah, let's create that update set in the dev environment. So the dev environment is this one. Would tag a script include in this update set. Let me close this update set now. So let me create one more update set and capture a second script include under that. So yeah, believe we are done. Let me close that update set. Did not get captured. My bad. So yeah, let me close the update set. Okay, so I would add this update set over here. Now it does not give me any error. Let me add it. Now I would add the second update set. Add a change justification. Now let me add a script. So for the purpose of the demo, I would just type a script to generate a log statement. But in practice, you would probably have a script ready and you would just copy paste it over here. So just a generic log statement. So yeah, I think we are done for now. Given the release, dev, QA, and all the other instances. So the idea for the change ticket, the idea is that the destination environment is the QA instance, so we don't need a change ticket for that. But for all other environments, a change ticket would be mandatory. And the idea is that once the ch- uh, release is in the change window, these update sets and the scripts will be automatically committed. But for QA instance, it will be committed at the first moment. So let me submit this. So this would create a service request which is supposed to be approved by the reviewers. Once it's approved, all these components will be tracked in a tracking table. For the purpose of demo, I have skipped the approval process. So these components will be directly recorded in the tracking table. So here on the request page, you would see that there are two multi-row variables set. This is to give a snapshot of what was the before and after, so that it's easier for the reviewers to see what all components got changed. Also, we are individual changes we are tracking over here, and it says if the component got changed or not, and the justification on the component level. So let's check the tracking table over here. So we have the components being tracked. Let's open one of the component. So this is how the component looks like. We have the parent release, the update set name, destination environment, and all the dev QA UAT environments mentioned. You would see that there are a lot of intermediate instances. Why would we need so many instances? In many companies, they would have different streams of projects having their own development QA and UAT instance. So we would have Dev 1, QA1, UAT1, then Dev 2, QA2, UAT2. Similarly, Dev 3, QA3, and so on and so forth. So one of the use cases that you would like to synchronize your update sets and scripts between these environments, so that the different streams are not very much different compared to each other. So how we can achieve that is all these intermediate instances can be defined as, we can define dev1 over here, dev2 over here, QA2 over here, then dev3, QA3, and so on and so forth. So what happens is the update set would not only be committed in the QA1 and UAT1 instance, it will also be committed in all those other streams of environments. So one of the red flags when it comes to automatically committing the update set is that what happens when there is a error or warning. So the approach in this tool I've taken is that if the tool sees any error warning, it won't commit the update set. Instead, it will wait for the errors and warnings to be resolved. So the reviewer is supposed to resolve those errors and warnings, and this tool would capture those actions being taken. So over here we see that script include entry, and we have this attribute preview action taken. So whether it was accepted or rejected, that specific error warning, it will be captured over here. So now for the UAT instance, the reviewer does not have to do that same action. The tool will do it for them. So that's how we are committing the update sets when you see some errors or warnings. So it says the destination environment is the QA environment, and as there was no change to get tagged to it, I would assume that this update set is now directly tagged to that, committed to, in that environment. So over here it also tells you which all environments the update set has been committed in, and what is the proposed path. So it tells me that the update set has been already committed in this instance. So let's check that. So the update set name is print 30v1. So this is the QA instance. So yeah, I see 30v1 and 30v2 committed. Let's see if the script include was. Let's see if we see that script include over here. So yeah, I see 30v1 and 30v2. Now let's see if the log statement has been captured. So believe it was like sp30 as the source. Let me double check that script. So this is a script over here. It says print 30. Let me search with that. So yep, we see this print 30 log message. So the script has been committed in this QA instance. Now I want to move this to the UAT environment uh, if we receive UAT sign off. So I would select the destination environment as the UAT environment. The tool asks for a change ticket. So I would select a change ticket and save it. So what will happen is once I save it, all the components that was tagged to this specific release or sprint, the destination environment for all those will be automatically changed to the UAT environment. So that means the updates at v1, v2, and the script all together will be committed in this UAT environment. So let's do that. For the purpose of demo, it does not check if the change ticket, uh, if we are in the window of the change ticket or not. We are just directly committing it. So So yes, I'm checking the component's current path. It says it's also committed in the UAT environment. So let's check this UAT environment. So here is the UAT environment. Let me refresh it. So yeah, we see those 30 v1, v2 updates that we committed. Let's also see the script include table. Yep, we have those v1 and v2 script. So let's also see the use case when we want to add more update sets to this release. So like I already have v1 and v2 captured. Now I want to add v3 and v4 updates to this release. So I would open that catalog and select sprint 30. So you would see that compared to before, now the dev, QA, and environment definitions are pre-filled. So, and the update set information is also there. So if you want, you can also remove the update set just in case if you need it. And the UAT and pre-prod definition is also filled. You can also change the environment definition at this stage. So let me add a script. So I've added a new script over here, and I'll click on submit. Also disorder now. It's a bit buggy here and there. You will see some errors being generated. So in the request, you would see we would have the before and after components. So before, there was no second script. There was just one log statement. But now after, we would have this new script. And also the component change, it highlights that only this component changed, the other ones were not changed. So the reviewer can focus on this one and not on the other ones. So that's how it's easier for the reviewer to review it, like what got changed or not. So yeah, this is my take on automating the deployment. Let me know the feedback and how I can make it better, and if there are any validations I need to perform. Thank you guys.